Okay guys, so this is the start of race 1, and this was a okay launch that I had, and it wasn't that good because I didn't have my hands on the steering wheels. I was putting my gloves on. I remembered to put them on at the beginning of the race, and it kind of hindered my driving. And right here, for some reason, I went into neutral gear, and I think I was just not focused enough. But we avoided most of the accidents in the beginning, and right here, look at what happens. Oop. And yeah, just like that, I have been thrown off the race. So after that, what happens is that I keep going down the road, and something big is about to happen again that you guys are about to see. But I'm just trying to avoid all of the accidents that happen in the carnage of lap 1 usually when this happens to me right here. Come on, why would you go right into me, dog? Yeah, as you could see, I was really upset. And after this point, I was just focusing on getting back on track. But right here, we're gonna cut to how we managed to get a couple positions back. And it was just staying safe, letting other people make mistakes, just like that guy that I just finished passing. And as you're gonna see throughout this race 1, most of the mistakes that other people made were what I was taking advantage of, and that's what I did for the entirety of this race. I really didn't try to race anybody hard, and if I was behind somebody, I just try to stay behind them and let them make the little mistakes like you're about to see right here. I went from 15th to 14th, and eventually I got to 10th place, and that's where I stayed for the rest of the race. But as you saw right there, that was another guy that went off track, and I was really just staying behind this guy in front of me, and I wasn't really trying to fight anybody. If somebody was in back of me, I was cool with letting them take the position because I knew that eventually they'll make a mistake again, and I'll just be able to capitalize on it. Just how you see, just how I showed you right there, and I got those 2 positions. And I didn't really have to fight anybody for positions in this race, making my way up. But at the end of the race, something does happen that I was pretty shocked at, and I really enjoyed this game because of this. But basically, I ran out of fuel. I thought I put enough fuel in when I was in the race, and for some reason the little calculator told me a little bit less, and I trusted the calculator instead of putting like a little bit more fuel than I usually do. What I usually do is that whatever in the qualifying the calculator tells me, I'll just add like zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.2 more liters of fuel, just so I could end the race with just a tiny bit of fuel. And usually that's what I do when it comes to fuel. But this time, what I did was that I trusted the game, and I kind of got screwed. And I'm gonna just let you watch my live reaction. Oh no! We ran out of fuel! Will we make it? And the answer is no. I did not make it. No! Honestly, at this point, I was just devastated, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should have retired. But that was just a learning experience. We go on and move forward. But as we're gonna see in the results page, I made it all the way back to the last place, and not only that, I also got disqualified. So this race was a dud. Let's move on to race 2. Okay guys, so this is the start of race 2, and you guys are about to see the most horrible start of all time. And I don't know what happened here. I just forgot to put it in first gear. but that is something that I gotta get used to because I'm used to playing Gran Turismo on the PS5, and I'm not used to starting with standing starts. It's usually rolling starts, and you don't even control those. You control your car after the machine lets you. But let's get started with this second race. And at the beginning, it was better than the first one. I didn't get into too many accidents, but you guys are gonna see somebody at the back of the pack, which is that orange Mercedes that keeps bumping into me. And right there wasn't even the first time, because we go back on track and again he bumps into me, and I'm not sure if he was trying to avoid somebody else and he ended up bumping into me. But it kind of scared me because I'm also not used to starting off with cold tires in these sim racing games, and this is a game that really starts you off with really cold tires, and you have to warm them up as the race goes by. And that's something that I'm struggling with. I've been on YouTube looking for setups, but right now there is no setups for the Lamborghini, and that's actually something that I wanted to talk about, because for the next race I think I must set some time apart and actually try out making my own setup to see how it feels and how the tire pressures are, because by the end of the race you're gonna realize that my tires didn't even warm up that much. But so thus far all we did was try to keep it on track, try to keep cars away from us so that we don't have any accidents. And for example, right here I just lifted a little bit so that we didn't have any collisions. But what I kept doing for the rest of this race was letting everybody else make mistakes, and I kept capitalizing off of them. It was really let me let you make a mistake so that I could just drive on by. I really didn't get into too many fights because I'm still getting used to playing Project Motor Racing. The driving feels different, but it feels amazing, and it was a real good improvement since the first week that it came out, because in the first week I feel like nobody gave it a chance and everybody just said, okay, this game sucks now, nobody's gonna play it. So I really hope that a lot of people, or some people, give this game a second chance, because honestly it feels good and it feels way better than racing in Assetto Corsa, especially on console. And that's an opinion that I will stick with till the next game comes out of Assetto Corsa and changes my mind. But Assetto Corsa Competizione on the PS5 does not feel good to drive, especially if you don't have a Fanatec. But as I said, and as you can see right here, I just let people make mistakes, and this guy, I didn't even want to race him because I already saw that he got into an incident. So in the next lap, you're gonna see how I just pass him by letting him make his own mistake, and he went into the gravel a little bit and it made him spin out, and the guy in front of him is gonna give me his spot too by doing the same thing as the first guy, which is that he went into the gravel a little bit and then he spun out. But due to the incidents that happened at the beginning of the race, the leaders kind of ran away from us, and we were just playing to keep the position that we had and hoping that other people made mistakes, which was something that happened at the end of the race, which you will see. And I just wanted to finish the race to see how it felt like. But honestly, I feel like a lot of people in this race had setups, and it's something that I feel like it's affecting me. So I'm really going to try to make a setup for my next race. But right here I gotta slow down, and that was something that really hampered me. I kept getting off tracks, but I didn't really mind it that much. Like right here, I feel like I got the most off tracks in that turn because I am not familiar to taking that turn. Usually on Gran Turismo is the North Life one, and I'm really messy with it. But right here, as you can see, this is the final position. I overtake that Porsche, and I just kept it on track, and we finished in P12 and called it a day. But on to the next race. because that one I'm going to try to play with my own setup and see how it feels like to play with my own setup. That was a good launch. That was a good launch. That was a good launch. Oh, I got hit. I got tapped. I got peppered up again. Damn, I had to leave the track. I know he mad. Ooh, he tight. Need a second gear for that rotation real fast.
Not in our race. Make a quick pass.
Oh! You got it, you got it, you got it.
Isn't in contention, so pass them now. is not for position. Get by as soon as you can. We don't want to lose any time.
What is happening?
in the 5 position. Clear them ASAP.
Why am I sliding out like that?
coming up is not for position.
Whew.
Get by as soon as you can. We don't want to lose any time.
I gotta try the Audi, guys. I gotta try that Audi. Because, honestly, I don't know what's going on with the Lambo. It's just not pushing.